Does anyone else remember when this was a rather legendary film? Great reputation on the old IMDb, revered along with titles such as Fight Club, Memento, and those early Guy Ritchie features. Who is nastier, Tyler Durden or Don Logan? Durden was a figment of that film's narrator protagonist's pathologies, not an actual real human being, whereas Don Logan is a real man, and a real nasty man at that too. Sexy Beast was so overbearingly and seemingly consciously modern to the time of its creation and eventual release, 1998 to 2000, let's say, and was an aesthetic which had dissipated after 2001, maybe for pretty obvious reasons, you know. That fairly indulgent end of history, relaxation, do what thou wilt, style for its own sake, bravery and bravura, that was Britain in the 90s. Electronic music, psychotropic drugs, raves, video editing, up-tempo beats, a world going well, gone right now. Sexy Beast makes one feel maybe nostalgic for a time when people didn't give a fuck. They just put what they wanted in the script, as tactless or indulgent as critics might accuse it of being. They're all stuffy and old anyway, right? And with all of the then modern cinematographic pizzazz of a music video, except better, more creative and inspired, with a point, a function, a purpose, and an overt dream also. Sexy Beast is so specific and distinct in its choices, it feels like a dream, a film written in stream of consciousness, a script which wanted to read intensely well, as exciting as any script one ever read prior to having seen the film itself, and yet was as visually distinct, audacious, imaginative as the script was within its own medium's parameters. The point is, Sexy Beast was a testament to the potentiality of that era's popular modernism, at least from a techno-artistic point of view, although the relevance of the film's politics, if any, or cultural priorities can remain lost on some, because Sexy Beast is a film which exists for people who like watching films. Films not as consciousness-raising, but as daydreams, luxurious, lavish retirement, extremely watchable, dastardly villains, exhilarating heists, enviable confidence and competence from its narrative's players, and from behind the camera, beyond the frame as well, absolutely too. Sexy Beast composes a captivating spiral of quasi-deified British gangster hierarchies one doesn't really expect or then want, a totally grounded or pseudo-realistic deep dive into the English gangster underworlds, yet the depiction of that mythical, archetypal subterranean dimension feels more like a world of some comic book or comic book-derived logic. Think those Agent Suzuki Yakuza flicks, such as Branded to Kill, if you like. And then it isn't that Sexy Beast feels quite believable or makes you not want to question any logistical viability to the criminal empire of Teddy Bass within the film narrative. It goes one further, makes the audience member feel quite stupid for even questioning the or any prospective realism in the film itself. We just enjoy the designated performing of genre tropes in the age of hypermodern, accelerationist, psychotropic, turn of the millennium, once contemporary, now Arcadia, an era of imaginative spark for its own sake, when things didn't need a real point, when stream of consciousness and all perspectives were valid if considered authentic and or real. The point is, Sexy Beast might not overly validate some vast or forward-thinking political projects like Cronenberg's Videodrome might do, and it may not propose any new philosophic revelation, as Camel and Rogue's performance continually delivers very powerfully, yet this film believed in its medium so much, and its own existence so much, and in ignorance of whether everyone would like it or not, ambivalent to that almost entirely, apparently, and is one of the most likably and shamelessly male films ever composed, we could claim, which is to say, most letting a psyche, a daydream, a fantasy hang out there for all to see and observe and even enjoy without consideration of what they might say or do, not trying to manicure a reputation for the contemporary or for posterity, and in being one of the films to truly do that, in only trying to impress itself, properly realize itself, it sees itself. And it does see itself as very important to, if no one or nothing else, itself. Sexy Beast is quite a major favourite from AOD. 18-year-old AOD really liked it. 27-year-old AOD actually likes it even more because they feel even less self-doubt and insecurities about what one actually feels, and not whether it adheres to some, a priori critical scaffold. Plus, I hadn't directed any features of my own yet. Once you go there and not just attempting to make a hacky career talking about films and corralling the artists, as academics and many critics attempt to quite parasitically, you can appreciate films as highly ambitious visions and desires, as testaments to human power, organisation, and potentials. And yet the content of Sexy Beast is not for everyone, of course. But if you are okay with certain adolescent indulgences, style over substance, which is to say, just lots of substance everywhere in the film itself, things accused of being style over substance tend to just have a horrid style, i.e. the Wachowski's garbage, it is Speed Racer thing, and it is garbage. Anyone who likes it is a loser, you'll agree with me eventually, you are. And with the 1990s creative priorities in general, yeah, Sexy Beast is superlative, glorious, itself. Makes one happy to be alive, which may be the fundamental problem too. Maybe one ought not be too content, rather more aware, alert, with a raised consciousness, but let's learn what makes the escapist fantasia of Sexy Beast so overtly alluring, so as to compose works which make the popular masses more inclined to political activity, philosophic seriousness, and even revolutionary positivity, a liberation from the enforced miseries of the ideological contemporary, the market capitalist superstructure, the work economy, the rental servitude, the corporate oligarchy, the conformist fears of the general population, the social media-induced vampirism of the younger generations, the cowardice of the average participant on any job sites, or the poker-face politics of human interaction in general, certainly omnipresent nowadays, possibly a constant of our entire or maybe just of recent human history. Let's utilize the lessons of Sexy Beast's inspired compositional ethos to create even finer works of elevated, empowering, consciousness-raising artworks, experiences, resolution, and ideals. Fine-tune this species. Or, you know what, maybe I have too much faith in people. That's been true before. Let me know if I have too much faith in Sexy Beast. Thanks again, everyone who has viewed this upload. Wholly appreciated. Thanks again. So, are we on Sexy Beast, or do let me know if so inclined. Have an extraordinary day. Get off of social media promptly presto. You know we're right. You're free. Yourself.